Today Barley's studying area with tangrams. As you can see there, he's got his tangram pieces. There are 7 pieces in all. Can you name all the shapes? Here's a close-up of the tangram. Pause the video and write down a description of all the shapes. So there are 2 large right-angled triangles, 1 medium right-angled triangle, 2 small right-angled triangles, 1 square, and a parallelogram. Did you get them all? Barley, can you find the parallelogram? Good boy. Good boy. So as you can see, Barley's made a square with his tangram. What's the area of this square? Take the side length of the square at the nearest centimetre. Now I know those older students will just do 12 times 12 to find area. However, I would like you to see exactly what the area of this square looks like. So place your tangram on centimetre squared paper. If you don't have any, you can download some at my website under Barley's Maths Homeschoolers. Now draw around your tangram. Remove the pieces and this is what your square will look like. Now I'm shading in one of the squares. This is 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre. Now that is because I'm using centimetre squared paper. Now on your screen it might look slightly smaller or bigger than 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre depending on whether you've zoomed in or out or what device you're using. Area is usually measured in centimetres squared. That's because in the homeschool that is the most practical measure to use. Remember, if you're a carpet fitter, you're going to be measuring more usually in metres squared. And if you're measuring land, you're going to measure in kilometres squared. But this is not practical to do in the homeschool. So remembering what we're trying to do, find the area of the whole tangram, the large square. To do this, as I said before, we could do 12 times 12. But let's just check to see what that looks like. And to do that, I've labelled the columns 1 to 12 and the rows 1 to 12. And we're going to count each row in multiples of 12, so we can practice our 12 times table. For the first row we've got 12 squares. Second row we've got 24 altogether centimetres squared. Third row 36 centimetres squared. 48, 60, I hope you're remembering your 12 times table, 72, 84, 96, 108 centimetres squared, 10 times 12, 120 centimetres squared, 11 times 12, 132, and finally altogether 144 centimetres squared. So the total area of our tangram, which is 12 centimetres by 12 centimetres, is 144 centimetres squared. You've seen it on the screen. Try and keep a picture of it in your mind so that when you're doing area, you know it's centimetres squared you're usually using. Now let's take a closer look at each of the shapes. You've got 2 large right angled triangles. What does right angled mean? Are these triangles isosceles? What are their areas? What about the same questions for the medium-sized triangle and the 2 small triangles? The square. Which 2 shapes make a square? What's its area? And the parallelogram. What does parallel mean? What is its area? Which 2 shapes make this parallelogram? Now pause the video to investigate the tangram. And when you're working out area, Work it out by using a fraction of the total area of the whole tangram. I know many of you will want to use the formula for the area of a triangle equals half base times height. But remember, some of the lengths weren't nice whole number centimetres, so you won't get nice, accurate answers. You could perhaps use it to check the answers you've got. If there are any words you don't know, look them up in your maths textbook or a dictionary. Here are my answers. Don't forget to tell me if I've made a mistake. We had a good discussion about the meaning of parallel here. When you found all the areas for all the individual shapes, what check could you do to make sure that you'd done them correctly? Well, remember the total area is 144, so all the areas of the shape must add up to this total. See if you can work out what the area of half the square is. See if you can make some shapes with your tangram. Barley's been making... Oh, you've been making a lovely dog. Clever boy. What's the area of the dog? Here are some other pictures you could make. You could try playing which one doesn't belong. For example, the candle has been done in a black tangram. And if you like that game, check out hashtag WODB or go to www.wodb.ca. Don't forget to send me your photos. See you next week.